Hi, it's Saturday. I'm Nikki. Here we are. It's already the middle of August. It's going to be school starting time soon. And boy, summer is hot, isn't it? It's been pretty warm around here. Okay, so this week, been a very interesting week. Oh my goodness, for real. I don't know why it just did that. Okay, here we go. Get back to our page. Okay. So, I hope you are able to join us, comment and like. If you have any suggestions on what you might like to see or things you might like to see us make, let us know. Welcome to the Saturday Live. This week has been a quieter week for me. I've been resting a lot, doing a lot of thinking, having appointments, especially for Jeffrey, and working on getting his paperwork and stuff in order for SSI, which has been not easy, I'll tell you. Sometimes I forget to breathe in between even talking or thinking, and it's been a rough one this week trying to keep that going. Just thinking about breathing seems like it's stressful, right? I've just been trying to deal with whatever's directly in front of me instead of trying to solve everything all at once, which seems like counterproductive for me because boy do I love to make everything chaos and drama so that it gets done quickly, right? And that just isn't the case this week. Somewhere in the middle of that thinking and trying to do things all at once, I did manage to make a few pieces of jewelry this week, because that's what I do. It helps me to think. It helps me to relax. It helps me to focus, and sometimes it's really hard to focus, really hard. Let's see, this week I made a couple more pairs of cute little earrings. Here I will show the spiral ones that I made last week. Ended up looking like this. You can see it's got a silver hook and a little green spiral on the hook with a silver ball and then a green pearl ball there. And they look super cute. And these are about, I'd say from the ear hook where it hangs, it's approximately 1.75 inches, maybe a little bit longer. And I really liked the spiral design and how it turned out with the bead. I might make those in every color that I have left, which isn't much, but we're going to see how that turns out. Then I made this bracelet here that is a mixed Egyptian spiral. So you have the circular spiral and the long nose piece. And I'm sorry that's probably not translating very well with the camera, but there you can see the mix pieces there. I think it's pretty. It goes well against light skin. I bet it would look really nice against dark skin as well. There we go. Okay, and then today I am working on another Egyptian piece with the same spiral, but with the short nose end of it. And here's one of the little pieces. And so I've been cutting the 5-inch wire lengths, and here's brown wire. I'm working on it in brown. I'm thinking that it might end up turning into a necklace, which I will then wrap a slice stone with some brown beads and possibly hang from the Egyptian line. I haven't decided yet, but I've made a few links. I have 5 links now, and I'm gonna make a couple of more while we are chatting. Like I said, if you have any suggestions on what you think I might make that would be interesting, let me know. And that includes afterwards. If you're watching after the live, if you happen to catch my video, please feel free to comment and suggest things to do. I would be happy to discuss or even attempt. And you know me, I don't normally decide what I'm gonna make before I make it. It just kind of comes out. And like I said, today I'm working on these links. It may be a necklace, it may be a bracelet, it may be something else entirely. Maybe some glasses holder, you know, with Egyptian swirls in between other types of components that I would make. But in the meantime, we will make some more of these pieces, and I will turn my camera down towards my workspace, which is pretty messy because I haven't had a chance to really do much more than make stuff and keep these pieces on my desk. My friend is working on a sort of a display board for me, and I think it will be very helpful to show you guys what I made on a display board. Also, my cousin gave me some black velvet foam, which I may also turn into a display piece to set up like a 8x10 photograph, so you guys can see other pieces that I have made. Maybe some earrings from the past and things of that sort. I've been waiting to get in touch. Well, I've been waiting for my friend to get in touch about continuing Nick and Dale's legacy. Hopefully she gets back with me soon about it. We definitely need to finalize some things that have to do with how we make stuff and what it will continue to be, and I'm really hoping that she's on board with that. Okay, so I'm just going to take and bend this at the middle point into a bobby pin, basically. And I'll probably make this just a little bit thinner. Just give it a little press to make it thinner. And then I will take that same tool and make some spirals now. This is so easy for anyone who wants to do beginner's jewel work. This is the best beginner's project, especially if you just have a tool like this that doesn't have any, it's just like that. we go. If you just have one of these, this works great for the same thing. I just happen to like that this one is a little bit more blunt, and it has a flat space and a place in there to crimp. So we're just gonna pop the spiral in here. And then use the flat part of it to continue on with the swirling, like so. I don't know if you can see that at all, because my laptop camera is not exactly the best camera. Hopefully I will learn soon how to use my cell phone a little bit differently so that I can get better imaging here for the live streams. I think it would be helpful and also a nice learning experience to get that going. And we just do it like a quarter turn each time, and you want to try to make your spiral as even as you can and make it look just like the other one. Try to go around just about 2.5 to 3 times, so it looks like so. I'll show you here. And then I take this particular plier, the graduated dowel here, and I use the very smallest one, and I kind of go in a 3/4 measure there and start to bend this down so that the nose part of it actually extends past your spirals, like so. And then, oh, that one might actually be too long. So in that case, you have to unbend it, which is kind of a pain, but you unbend, you use your flat nose like these to straighten it, being careful not to mar up the enamel, because we are using an enameled wire. That's the brown enameling. And give it a good straightening. And then also I might turn these just a little bit more. There we go. And again, squeeze those just a bit together. Whew, I am shaking and getting a headache today. Must be the weather. Kind of looks like it might be getting cloudy over to the west there. Okay, now we'll try this again. Bend it down just enough to where the nose sort of sticks out of the bottom. There we go. And it is resembling the other pieces a lot more now. And so I'll just line them up so I can start to put them together. Oh boy, this one. I hope that as you're watching my videos, you get to see text displayed. I did make sure to put that in my live stream information. I know that maybe after you watch it the first time, you might get the text, which is great. This week I've been thinking a lot about life in general, about the people we've lost, You know, the people that aren't sitting at our table anymore. And I've been thinking a lot about the future of Nikki in general. If Nick and Dale's is in my future at all, I'd like it to be, but I just don't, I don't see the sales that I thought we would be getting, and I have not seen the excitement from my audience, which it says I'm getting about 50 views for every week, but no one is making comments or suggestions, and I'm feeling a little bit lost there. I'm uploading all my videos to my YouTube channel, but it doesn't seem anyone is really commenting or suggesting things there either. So I'm not sure where it's going to go. I mean, I pretty much am doing this for my own self, not necessarily for the public, but it would be nice to hear if they like what they see, if they're even watching and wanting to see more. I've been thinking about who I'm going to be in the next year. What's life going to be like with my new heart failure diagnosis, and how's that going to go when it comes time? I mean, I have a hard time doing stuff now as it is. I had a hard time for 7 months with the pneumonia that I had, and then, you know, it didn't get better. It actually made my heart worse, and that is, it makes me feel sad. What's going to happen in the near future? You know, am I going to actually achieve my adjuster's license and get an adjuster job? And then what is that going to be like? Am I going to be able to physically handle that? I mean, that's always on my mind. And all this work, I mean, where's it going to take me eventually? You know, being disabled isn't easy. People seem to think that because I don't have a regular job, like most people. I mean, what is it really about? How do we really do things from day to day without hurting or getting scared or feeling depressed that we're not doing what we can, that we know we can, but just physically doesn't happen? Well, all that stuff is always constantly on my mind. And then, of course, helping others is always on my mind too. Unfortunately, a lot of those who aren't at the table anymore were the ones that I was helping. And now that they're gone, I feel a little bit out of sorts and lonely, and some of them moved far away, and it's hard to keep in contact or feel like the connection is not really there anymore, and that's hard too. And I love them, and I still want to see them and talk to them and do what I can to help. Spin that one just a little bit more. Yeah, I don't have the answers to any of that. It's just all thoughts. Interesting little tidbits in the brain that take up the space between the eyes. Yeah, I've got so many jewelry pieces made that, that nobody wants. Just feels weird. Feels like, yeah, I'm pouring my heart out here. I'm always pouring my heart into my pieces, hoping that somebody will want it, see it as pretty like I do, and love to have it. I'm going to lunch with my cousin this week, one of my cousins, and she is buying a necklace from me, and so I really appreciate that. Sometimes I just snip that little piece off that's uneven. As far as the piece goes in the long run, it doesn't really make a difference for that. So just give it a turn and a turn and a turn until you have a nice little circle there. Smush it with your flat end if you have one. Make it flat, make sure it's flat. If you're not gripping it hard enough, sometimes it feels like it's not even really turning. And you might be marring up your enamel, so you've got to really be careful on the grip. Boy, when you don't have any answers, that is really tough, isn't it? You work hard towards something and then you want to be able to picture the beautiful rainbow ending that's waiting after you've accomplished that goal, and the goal just sits and sits and sits. You know, what do you do? How do you get through that? It's been really hard for me to make the answer for that. You want to think, I'm going through all of this because something wonderful is waiting on the other side, right? And then how do you know that that's going to be that way? Sometimes you can't even see that rainbow. You don't even realize it's really there. The silver lining in the clouds and whatnot. Sometimes you're just standing in the rain on the corner waiting for that person to roll around and say, okay, let's go. Here's an umbrella, or get in my Lamborghini, you know. Then you get in the Lamborghini and they want to go on a hooker killing spree. Guess I've had my share of Grand Theft Auto, huh? That standing in the rain part, sometimes we don't talk about that. We don't discuss how we get through the waiting. Tom Petty. It's the hardest part, right? We always think, boy, I've just had so much stress loaded on me. And there have been times when you handle it really well, and then there's times when you just freak out and everyone is in trouble. And there have been times when I've absolutely just like, nope, I'm done. I can't deal with this. I'm going to go back to bed. I've had a few days like that myself, especially recently. getting over being sick like I was, and you know, that doesn't just end in a week. And for me, it's been a month now that I've been home, and I wish I could say that I am completely healed, but I'm not. Well, that's nice. Just totally dripped completely down my shirt onto the table. See, another example of how things just happen. You don't have control over it, apparently. And that stuff just totally leaked all over me. I think it was just the melting ice because it's so warm. Well, having those bad days just means I try to make more jewelry to center myself and feel better. Then there's some days when the greatest accomplishment that I had was just getting through the day, you know. Getting through another day, getting through to the evening where I go and help out someone else, or do a favor, which sometimes feels like a chore rather than a favor, but at least it's something, and I'm just not laying about doing nothing, which they encouraged me to do, you know, to heal and feel better. It's kind of hard to do that, especially when you're the kind of person who's active all the time. And even though I'm sitting at this desk, I'm still being active. I'm still working on the family budget, or doing the mail returns, or reading 900 emails from health providers and bill collectors and things of that sort, or just making lunch plans with some friends, or even more so, appointments for everyone in the house. Make sure they're healthy and keeping up on their end of the things that they are supposed to be doing. It does become overwhelming, but just sitting here, that's the part that the doctors are like, you just can't do that. You just can't sit around. If ever there was a time where in the near future where I could get up and do more without being in so much pain, I would be doing it. And I have worked through the pain, trust that, which I'm sure a lot of you can relate to. You know what it's been like for your own self. You just get through each day the way that you can. There have been many days where, like I said, the greatest accomplishment was just getting through the damn day. I'm starting to understand now that those days really count, that they do make you a better person, and they do help you to understand it's not just about physical accomplishment, or getting through 92 emails from bill collectors, or spilling water on yourself when you're trying to take a drink. Resting does count. Taking care of your body counts. Taking a day off for your mental health really counts. I hope some of you are doing that because you probably need it. I think everybody needs it. Sometimes just saying, I can't do this today. Knowing when your limits are and being able to express that out loud, it really counts. And breathing counts, especially the breathing. Many, many minutes of breathing. Also been thinking about the grief of our losses and so forth. The grief of my diagnosis. Grief is strange, right? To start people thinking about those people you've lost, like I was saying about the ones missing from our table. But our lives just keep going forward. It's almost like a curse that we're here and they're not, right? But then you think, oh well, they're not suffering anymore. They're not in the pain that we're in. They're not in the holes that we have dug in our own self. And then suddenly something happens and you're thinking about your mom or your dad or your brother or your friends. How much you miss what they were, how they behaved, what they would tell you when you saw them at birthdays or holidays. My grandma was always famous for just saying Merry Christmas right when you walked in the door. Christmas. Even traditions have changed since these people have left. Our holidays have become sparse and few between, where we used to get together often and do barbecues and fun adventures. And then since I've been sick this past almost a full year now, hanging out with my grandkids has been really hard. I just can't seem to handle more than one or two at a time. And even then it feels exhausting. It's not fair to them. I guess that's part of the living with this type of physical disease. Dis-ease being the action word in that sentence. I get to thinking about all the laughter that we had over the years and all the different scenarios of fun and games and haircuts and stupid phone calls at 3 o'clock in the morning because somebody had too much to drink. Or hanging out at the table drinking coffee after you had a really long day of cooking and cleaning because you were expecting so many and no one showed up. And sometimes it hurts like hell, huh? And for a moment, there they are, right there again, just sitting right next to you, just laughing and gurgling. And sometimes that's beautiful. And usually it's a bit of both, right? It's beauty and hell all together. And I think that I've learned that I don't have to stop loving those people. That they're beside me and not behind me. And that with them, I'm moving forward because they're in my heart. I hope you feel the same way. I hope they're in your heart. I hope you know that they're just in the other room. That's what I've always said. And that room is within your heart. And if you can remember that and know that, then they're not really that far away, are they? And neither is the future, neither is your accomplishments, neither is the knowing that the knowing of that is not that far. It's a bit like what I'm doing in this video today, you know, taking one little piece at a time, one little wire, one little spiral, and then another, and building up. And as I stare at the pile of wires, and I think, how the hell is this supposed to become a necklace or a bracelet or a pair of earrings? And it's overwhelming, but I just keep going. I just keep making all of the little pieces, and then suddenly there's a pile of them, and I put it together one little part at a time, and then it becomes a whole thing. It becomes something pretty. It becomes something useful. To who remains to be seen, right? Because who's buying it? But for me, it's useful because it helps me to think about all this stuff and find solutions for my issues, or a tissue for my issues, some people would say. Maybe life is supposed to work like that, huh? We're just supposed to do things one little spiral at a time. One little roller coaster ride or roasted bean at a time. One haircut at a time. One dinner at a time. One barbecue at a time. One invitation at a time. One day, 1 hour, 1 minute at a time. I still only have one chapter left in my adjuster's license course until I take the final. And can't get any more extensions, so this time, folks, I gotta finish it. I do not have any more chances. And I want to finish it. I want to accomplish that. I want to have that license. I want to be able to say that not only did I did it, but I survived it. I really tried hard and I did it. And it means so much to me, more than just having the license, but to have been able to finally accomplish something I set out to do, and I didn't give up, and I didn't make excuses, and all of the grief and drama that has been surrounding us for the past year did not stop me from moving forward. I hope that you can take something away from that too, and feel good about something you've accomplished and that you've done. It would be really cool to hear about that. So if you want to tell me about it in private messaging, that would be fine too. Or you can comment. Maybe everybody would like to know how you went through something. I am getting excited about getting that exam done because, oh boy, I have been at it for a long time. I've been studying insurance and sales for like 5 years, you guys, so this exam means a lot. Whatever happens after that exam is done, you know, I'm just going to keep dealing with it however I can. Because what else are we going to do, right? Gotta keep moving. You got to move it, you know that. Okay. Now I'm just going to try and fit each of these pieces together because you have to put one inside the other and it doesn't want to. It doesn't want to. Okay, here we go. And boy, this pinching thing when you've got carpal tunnel, oh, is it a beast. It's a real beast. Okay, got one inside the other. Woo, we did it. Except it's backwards. Scheisse. Okay, let's try again. Let's try to go the other direction. Maybe we'll get it that way. A 1 and a 2. There we go. I got it that time. Woo! Okay, and there we have it together. Worrying about every possible ending, you know, and thinking about that all the time, it just steals away your today, right? I don't want to keep giving that away. I don't want to keep always thinking negative. That just, it really does steal your energy. So, can't do that. Can't think about the what ifs and the where was and the woulda, shoulda, coulda. Keep working on what's now and what's important, the necessities, the bare necessities. If I knew all the words to that, I would sing it. My friend Dara and Justin know the words, and they're so funny. Okay, don't go that way, go this way. Whoops. Got one in, but not the second one. Oh, man. Oh, you stinker. Okay, there we go. And the bare necessities. And so, let's not get copyright issue. I'm reading Saul's script and it's saying some things I already said before I even got to it. So if you're watching me today and you're going through something, maybe you're sick or grieving, or maybe you're stressed about money, or maybe somebody you love is really struggling, maybe your future looks absolutely nothing like you thought it would. Boy, is that the theme of the day. Or maybe you're just simply tired. You don't have to figure out your entire life today. Something to really keep in mind. Take care of what's immediately in front of you. Eat something. Drink something good for you. Rest when you need to. Love on the ones you're with. Call somebody when you need to talk. I'm here, you could call me. Or call someone else. But just remember to reach out when you need help or when you want to talk. Laugh when something is funny. It's important to do that to keep your sense of humor. Even if you think it's not really funny right now, you could still laugh. Laughing is good for you. And remember, oh, this is the hard one for me. Remember to breathe, physically and emotionally. Then make the next spiral. Pretty soon you're going to have a pile, and all your spirals are going to come together to make something really pretty and worth keeping and worth sharing with someone else. And I don't know exactly where the road is going to go from here, but I'm still on it. And I'm still making things, still loving my family, and I'm still laughing like my dad taught me. Because if you don't have a sense of humor, you don't got nothing. Keep dreaming, because Cinderella taught me that one. Because a dream is a wish your heart makes. I think Walt Disney said that, or maybe somebody in the Disney said that. But I think it's so true. And I love that song. And I don't want to sing it because probably get copyright problems with that too. So every Saturday I'm still going to show up. I'm still going to keep going with live streams. I'm still going to be making things. Maybe that's just enough for now, right? You don't always need a rainbow ending. Sometimes you just need enough light, enough illumination to see the next few steps. So eventually you're going to find out where that leads, right? To success, to your goals, to maybe a new family, a new ideal, a new future. So as I'm finishing up with this, putting these spiral pieces together, I'm going to end our video on this last note. Thank you for spending another Saturday hour with me. And I hope that you laugh. And I hope that you turn your pile of lemons into a gallon of lemonade so that you can share with someone else. And whatever you decide for your future, I'm here to support you too. I love you.